Hello, so in this tutorial I'll teach you how to create full back office admin applications based in a tables diagram and very fast, in less than 5 minutes. So first thing to do is to log in our framework, choosing the workspace and the corresponding projects, and next is to go to our tables diagram. So as you can see, it loads a default tables diagram, which is the same diagram that we have been using in all the previous projects with the school, teacher and students tables. What we want to do is, based in this diagram, we'll create very fast a back office admin application. So the user can manage this diagram here. So first of all, let me just show you. So these three tables already have some metadata already. We can see here by managing the records. So currently we have 3 schools here, which these 3 schools have some students and some teachers, as you can see here. Okay, so based in this metadata, what I want to do is I want to create the business logic services automatically, and we have done this before in the previous tutorials. So I'll not explain this, I'll just do these actions very fast. So as you can see, it created by default for these 3 tables the corresponding services, so I can manage each individual table. And now here in the interface, I want to install a template, which will be this one here, which contains 4 or 5 different templates. Okay, it's done. I want to change the project default template to one of the installed templates, which is, let's put this one. And now what I want to do is I want to create here the UIs automatically in my root folder. So I just click here, I choose database diagram, I click next, the template, it is the default one that I select, the project default one. I click continue, and in here it asks me what are the tables that I want to create the corresponding admin panels. So I say that I want all these 3 tables, I want to overwrite, so you can overwrite this index file here. And then it asks me where should I find the corresponding services and rules to manage this admin panel, in which layer should I find this. So basically what we want him to find only in the business logic layer, which was the services that we created here. So we just select this one, and below here we have an option to create this admin panel, this back office admin panels, with authentication or without. So first let's do without, so you can see what happened. Okay, so we just press continue. So currently the system is trying to find in the business logic layer all the corresponding services, and it found everything. So I can show you one of them, like get the specific table row. So basically this is the corresponding service that he found, which was the service get, which was this service here, the get. Okay, so basically what we need to do, if you don't see any warnings in here in this white in this white content, it's because is everything okay. If you see any warnings, you need to find which services are missing and populate them manually. So right now is everything working fine and automatically, so the system found all these services automatically. So we just put here continue, and automatically it will create our corresponding admin. So as you can see, all the files that we created are okay. So if you do the preview of this project, we can see that he creates by default. I have here some menus and I have here some cards. So if I click the cards, I can see that inside of the schools I have a bunch of actions that I can do, one of them which is the list, so which are the same than these options here. So if I select the list, I can see that I'm seeing all the schools where I can, if I want, I can sort them or not. I can edit the name or I can delete it. I can view the correspondent details of the school. I can go and go to another page just to edit the details of the schools, not only the name. In this case the school only has the name, so it will be the same thing, then do directly from here. Or I can see the students of the school or the teacher of the school, and for the students of the school I cannot edit it directly here, but I can view the details, or I can click here and edit correspondingly. Just let me show you. So if I click here, I can change the name, Henrique. This is just an example. I save it, the data was successfully saved. So as you can see, this is just an example. This is just to see this correspondent student. If I click here, I see the details of the school. I go back to see all schools. So basically this it creates basically an admin panel that the user can manage that specific database diagram. So in here currently we are seeing the teachers lists for only these specific schools. If I want, I can just search for name. This is just an example, like as you can see. I can see again the details of this teacher, as you can see, or I can edit the correspondence. So if I want to change this teacher from another school, I just need to do this, and automatically it is for the corresponding school. So if we go back, we'll not see the David here anymore. So I can see the corresponding schools that this teacher belongs to, which currently is just one. So, and all of this I can do, basically I can add new teachers to, or students or schools through here, or I can see some teacher properties or some school properties, or edit the school based in an ID example, or I can see based in ID the school properties. I can see the student lists based in ID. So basically this gives me the opportunity to do a bunch of things. Let's just add here another school so you can see, view all schools. So it's here the new school. I can save this, save successfully. I can see the students, there is no students, so I can add a new student here for this specific school that I created. Basically this is just an example. So I can save this, and then if I go back, in this case view all students, I can see that they add me here the correspondent students. I can delete if I want to, was deleted. So basically this allows me to manage that database diagram, tables diagram that we created before. This basically in less than 5 minutes we created a full back office admin application that allows us to interact with the database and do a bunch of things. So I can show you then here that if we change the template to another template, it will change this to something else. So this is a completely another template. So that template I will install as 5 or 4 templates. This is one of them. If we change to other ones, this is another one. We have here a bunch of options, and that we can hide these. And so we have this last one here. So basically, according with the template that you choose, the interface changes too. And if you want to then to edit each individual page, you can always do by clicking here, and this is the same thing that we have done in the previous tutorials. So in here you can see the templates that it is chosen, and you can see in this case this works through blocks. So you can see the correspondent blocks here, and if you want you can change directly here, or you can go to the correspondent block and change it directly in the settings of each individual block, as you can see here. This is like another page. So basically you can then change everything. Note that we did all these tutorials and where the presentation layer connects with the logic layer and the logic layer connects with the database layer. If you wanted to have the logic layer to connect with the data access layer and then to the DB, in this case we needed to do something different, which will be, in this case we needed to come here to the corresponding data access layer, create our queries automatically, exactly the same thing that we have done in the previous tutorial, so we can create the queries automatically. And then when we were creating here the business logic services automatically, we needed, instead of choosing here DB data, we needed to choose the correspondent query and select the correspondent files, which will be just like this, and do the override, so you can overwrite all these files here. And now the services that we have here are already connecting with the SQL layer, in this case with the IORN layer. And this basically gives you the opportunity to decide what are the connections that you wish to do, but everything, all the code is done automatically. And then if you want to change it, you can go to the granular level and change each individual service or rule or page. And that's it. Thank you very much.